So first, let's look at some words we already know. So, Bruce, can you maybe explain what is the total?
Is the all.
Can you say it again, please, Bruce?
Is the all thing.
Mm-hmm. So it's the price of everything that we buy. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, let's see. Ryan, can you explain what a receipt is?
The receipt is a paper that lists all the things you bought.
Mm-hmm. Right, so we can see here in this picture, this is the receipt, right? So here, everything is written, what we buy, what we bought. Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, Angel, can you maybe explain when do we say bill? So do we say that if we have, let's say, more than one?
Not coin.
Can you say it again, Angel?
Not coin.
Very good. Yes, so it's not coins. Very good. So it's not this. So it's the paper money. Very good. And it's always, maybe who can help? It's always Barry. Do you know?
You can only use in one piece of bill.
Very good. Yes, so it's only one, right? Yeah, very good. So it's not coins, it is paper money, but one bill means only one paper. So one paper money. Very nice. Okay. And let's see, Dylan. So then what is the change in this case?
The change is the money you get back.
Very good. So if you pay at the counter at the checkout and you pay too much, then the change is what you get back. Okay, very good. So we already know these words. So I will move on. So let's look at maybe some new ones, okay? So let's read the sentence together first. Each item she wanted, she took off the shelf.
Item she
don't
wanted,
know.
she took off the shelf.
Very good, yes. So let me see. And placed in the shopping cart.
And
And
placed
put in the shopping cart.
Very good. Okay, so let's look at the first one. To take something off the shelf. Okay, so let's look at this. So if we take something off the shelf, to take off means to take it down, right? So in this picture, we can see Jenny would take something from here, from the shelf, and take it off, and then place it in the shopping cart. Okay, so do you know another word for to place something? Bruce, can you think of a different word that means the same? So a different word for to
Take.
place.
To take.
So to take would be, let me see, if I would take this, so I take it. Okay, but then I place it in the shopping cart. It's not quite the same. So I take it and then I place it. Can you think maybe of another word, Bruce?
Put.
Perfect. Yes. So the first one is to take something and then to place it or to put it in the shopping cart. Very good. So to place something means the same as to put something. Very good. Okay. Then we have another sentence. After filling the basket, she lined up at the checkout. Okay, let's read that one together. After filling the basket,
After
After filling the
the
basket,
basket,
She lined up at the checkout.
she lined up at the checkout.
She lined
she
up
lined
at the
line up
checkout.
at the checkout.
Very good. Okay, so let's look at the first part. To fill something with something. So let's look at that. So what can we see in this picture? Dylan, what can we see here?
Basket.
Very good. Yes, we can see a basket. What else?
And vegetable.
Very good. Yes, and vegetables. Very good. Okay, and we can see that all the vegetables are in the basket, right? So we could say the basket is filled. We can say we can fill a basket. So we can put many things into the basket and fill it. Okay, so that's what to fill means. Okay, let's repeat that together. We can fill a basket.
We can fill
We
a
can
basket.
fill
A
a
basket.
Very good. So to fill means to put many things into something to make it full. Okay. All right. So we know after filling the basket, so after she has put many things in the basket, she lined up at the checkout. Okay, I will repeat once more. After filling the basket,
After
After
Filling
filling
the
the
Filling the
basket.
basket.
she lined up at the checkout.
She lined
She
up
lined
at
Line
the
up at the
checkout.
checkout.
Okay, so what can we see here in this picture, Barry? What can we see here?
A cashier.
Very good. So this would be the cashier. What else can we see?
Two cars.
Very good. Yes, we can see two shopping carts. Okay, maybe something else.
Women.
Very good. Okay, and so we can see three women. So here, here, and here. So and what are they doing?
They wait for Uh, uh, pay the thing they want to buy.
Very good. Yes, they are waiting. And they are waiting actually in one line, right? So we can see it's like one straight line. So they are one person, and right after comes the next person and the next person. So this here, the way that they stand after each other to wait, we call that to line up somewhere. Okay, so let's repeat that one together too. To line up somewhere.
To line
To
up
line up
somewhere.
somewhere.
We can also say to stand in line. Okay.
Stand in line.
So we can see so we see 3 women standing, and they are standing in one line. So that is why we call that. So we just say standing in line, and it means you wait for something to happen. And so you stand in line. Very good. Okay, so in the sentence we see, so what comes first? First, Jenny filled the basket. So after filling the basket, then Jenny lined up at the checkout. Okay, so this is first we fill the basket, and then we stand in line until, and this will be another new word, until, I will move forward, it is our turn. Okay, so this is another new word. We wait in line until it is our turn to pay. Okay, so somebody's turn means that when you wait and then the second person is at the checkout, and then another person is at the checkout, and then you are at the checkout. Then it's your turn when you get to pay at the checkout. Okay, so let's read the sentence together. When it was her turn.
When it
When
was
it
her
was
turn,
her turn.
She emptied the contents of the basket onto the counter.
she emptied the contents of the basket onto the counter.
Very good, yes. So when it was Jenny's turn, so first let's say Jenny was here, then she moved forward, then it was her turn, and then she empties her contents onto the counter, so onto here. So in this case here, you see this person is thinking, I hope it will be my turn soon, because she has to wait until it is. Okay, so we have to wait until it is our turn. Let's see, maybe Ryan, can you think of maybe another situation or place where we have to wait for our turn?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's see. For example, here in class, if we all speak at the same time, it would be very, very hard for all of us to hear each other. So Ryan, do you think, or what do you think, do we also take turns in class?
Can you say again?
Okay, so if we all speak at the same time in class, it's very hard for us to hear each other. So do you think, Ryan, that we take turns in class too when we speak? What do you think, Ryan?
Yes.
So actually, now was just your turn to say something. Very good. And right now, it is my turn to say something. Okay, very good. Let's see. Barry, can you think of another maybe place or thing that we do where we take turns? Let me give you a hint. Maybe when we play a game.
Chess.
Very good. So for example, yes, in chess, can you explain a bit, Barry?
You can move your your queen or king until another player complete his turn.
Yeah, perfect. Very nice. Very good. Yeah, so also in chess, we have to wait for our turn. Very good. Okay, let's see. Angel, do you have another example, maybe of a game where we have to take turns?
At night market.
Ah, very good.
We went to buy food.
Very good. So you went to the night market to buy food. And where or when did you have to take turns, Angel? Can you maybe explain to us? When did you take turns?
To buy food.
Okay, so did you also have to stand in line?
Yes.
Okay, and so you had to wait until it was your turn to pay. Very good. Okay, yeah. So taking turns is something that we have to do in many, many situations or places. Okay, very good. Okay, so when it was her turn, now we know what that means. So when Jenny was at the checkout and it was her turn, she emptied the contents of the basket onto the counter. So let us look at this picture here. So on the left side, what do we see, Dylan, on the left side?
The basket.
And how is it?
Is filled.
It's filled. Very good. Yes. So we can see the basket is filled. What about this one, Dylan?
No thing.
Very good. Yes, there is nothing in here. So what we call this is empty. Let's repeat together, empty.
Empty.
Okay, everybody, empty.
Empty.
Very good. So if there is nothing like this here, if there is absolutely nothing, it's empty. Okay, so we can see this word here, she emptied. This comes from this word, okay? So emptied means empty, nothing. Let's look at it. So here, like Dylan said, we have something, we have vegetables or groceries in the basket. So we can say here, the contents of this basket are groceries. So contents is what is inside of something, okay? So inside of this basket are groceries. Okay, now this basket, like Dylan said, is empty. It has no contents. Okay, so what Jenny did, she took the contents of the cart or of her basket and she emptied them onto the counter. So you can think of it as really just taking something and just emptying it so that it all just falls out. Okay, so you can just picture it. She takes the basket and she just turns it around and everything falls out. So she empties the contents of the basket onto the counter. Okay, so the contents are what is inside, and to empty something means to take something out and to put it on top of something else. Okay, so to empty something means so you take it out until there's nothing left. Okay, so and then the counter is, I don't know, maybe Ryan, can you try to explain? We can see it here in this picture. What is the counter?
Some cookies.
Ah, so careful. The cookies are actually food, right? So what do we call that food, Ryan?
Grocery.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so the cookies are groceries, but what is the counter then? What do you think, Ryan? This I tried to make it green. So what is that? Can you maybe explain?
The checkout.
Very good. Yeah. So the checkout, it's a bit like a table. So a counter is like a table. So where we can put our groceries. Okay. The next step. The cashier then slipped the bill into the cash register. Okay, let's repeat that one first. The cashier then slipped the bill into the cash register.
The cashier then slipped the bill into the cash register.
Okay, so we know what bill is, right? We can see bills here. And we know who the cashier is. So what is to slip? Okay, the cashier then slipped the bill into the cash register. So who has an idea? Maybe Angel, do you have an idea? What is maybe to slip something into something?
Put money inside.
Yes, very good. To put something somewhere. Very nice. Okay, so it means we can put something into something. Okay, so the cashier then put the bill into the cash register. Okay, Bruce, what is the cash register? Do you know? Can you maybe explain?
He can place money.
Very good. Yeah, it's where we put the money. So this, for example, is a cash register. Very good. So this is where we put the money, where all the money is at the checkout. Okay. The cashier then counted out the change and handed it back to Jenny. Okay, let's repeat first. The cashier then counted out the change.
The cashier
then
out
out
the
the change
And handed it back to Jenny.
and hand it
back
back
to
to
Jenny.
Jenny.
Okay, so to count out the change, let's look at that. So we all know what to count is, right? Maybe Ryan, can you give us an example of counting? How can you count? It can be very simple.
Counted the money.
Yeah, very good. So can you maybe give us an example, Ryan, to count something? I will help you out. So for example, if we counted this, so how would you count these? How much do I have here, Ryan? Can you see it?
$2.
Very good. Okay, so that is counting what you did. So you counted 1 plus 1 is 2. $2. Very good. Okay, so that's counting. So to count out the change means the cashier is looking at the money and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and counting how much she will give back to Jenny. Okay, so for example, here we can see the cashier counts the change and then hands it back to Jenny. Okay, to hand something back is to give something back to somebody. Okay, let's repeat that one together. And handed it back to Jenny.
And hand it back to Jenny.
And hand it back to Jenny.
Okay, and handed it back to Jenny. Okay, so to give it back. All right, and then our last sentence. Jenny thanked her, took her bag of groceries, and headed for home. So in this picture, we can see a bag, that's this here, a paper bag of groceries. Okay, so a bag is just, a place where we can put all of our groceries that we bought. Okay, so let's look at this again, but a bit differently. So I will stop presenting here and go over to maybe make it a bit more, bit easier maybe to imagine. Okay, so imagine this is our grocery store now, okay? And we are Jenny. So let's see, maybe Barry. So what do we take? What is our first step before we go into the grocery?
We stop in front of the grocery.
Very good. Okay, and what next, Barry?
We push a cart.
Very good. Yes. So we take our shopping cart and we push it into the grocery. Very good. Okay. Now, Angel, could you please read this sentence?
Jenny takes the items from the shelf and places them into the cart.
Very nice, Angel. Yes, thank you. Okay, so now we know what that means, right? So, Ryan, what does Jenny need to take from the shelf? You can look here at our shopping list.
bread, milk, and cheese.
Okay, so we have 2 different kinds of bread. So we can maybe take one here, but we could also maybe take one from there, right? So we take the bread from the shelf and we place it into our shopping cart. Okay, very good. Okay, but she needs more. Okay, Dylan, could you please read this sentence?
Jenny takes the items from the shelf and places them into the cart.
Again, okay, we need to take the items from the shelf. So, Bruce, what does Jenny need?
4 apples, 2 bananas, and eggplants. Broccoli.
Very good, yes. So, Bruce, do you know which one is the broccoli? What color does it have?
Green.
Yeah, very good. So it's this here. It looks a little bit like a tiny tree, I think. And Bruce, which one is the eggplant? Do you know which color does it have?
Purple.
Very good. So we can see here we need 1 broccoli, 1 eggplant. Okay, we take it from the shelf, place it into the cart. Okay, we also need 2 bananas. Okay, and what else, Bruce? 2 bananas and what is still missing? 4 apples. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, very nice. All right, now Jenny has all of her groceries. So she goes, where does she go then, Dylan? When she's done, when she has all her groceries, where does she go to pay?
At the checkout.
Very good. Yes, she goes to the checkout. Okay, and Ryan, could you please read this sentence?
Jenny emptied the content onto the counter.
Very good. So we can see here the cart is already empty. So Jenny has already emptied the contents, the groceries, onto the counter. Okay, so this here, this is the table or the counter where we put everything. Very good. Okay, so she emptied all the contents onto the counter. All right, and then it's time to pay. Okay, so what happens next? Let's see, Barry, could you please read this sentence?
Cashier slips the bill into the cash register.
Okay, so let's see. Angel, with with how much money would you like to pay? You can pick one.
200 bells.
Okay, so we will take 200. So that's 50 and another 50 and another 50 and $200. Very nice, Angel. Okay, so we give the money to the cashier, and the cashier slips the bills into the cash register. Okay, so she puts it in there. Very good. Okay. And then what happens next? Ryan, could you please read this sentence?
The cashier counts out the change and hands it back to Jenny.
Very good. So, Dylan, what do you think? How much did it really cost? So Jenny paid $200. What do you think? What will be the change? How much? There is no right or wrong answer. You can just say a number.
500.
Can you say it again, please?
500.
Okay. Well, it has to be less than 200 because Jenny paid 200. So it has to be a bit less than that.
100.
Okay, very good. So then the cashier counts the change. So Dylan said that is 100. So the cashier takes 50. That is 70. That is 80. That is 85. 90. 95. And 100. Okay, so the cashier really counts all the bills to give them back. So the change to give it back to Jenny. And then Jenny takes the money. She takes her groceries, her bag of groceries. We can see that here. And then she heads for home. Okay. Very nice. All right, so we did a little bit of shopping today together with Jenny. Okay, very good. All right, so we're at the end of our class now. So maybe before we talk about the homework, do you have any questions about the new words? No? Okay, then let's talk about the homework for today because it is a bit special. Let me see, I would like for you so to go to your local grocery and take 3 pictures of groceries that you like to eat. If you can't go to a grocery, you can also just look online and copy the pictures in the internet and then into a Word file, okay? And I want you to think of a price for each item and write it next to the picture. Okay, so you can decide what it will cost. Okay, so you pick 3 groceries, take a picture, and decide the price. But one of the groceries needs to be on sale. Okay, so you can make an extra sign, maybe yellow, and say, okay, this is on sale. This is a special item on sale. And when you're done, please send me that Word file with your pictures and your groceries before our class. So on Monday next week, that would be great. Okay, I don't know. Maybe Luke, do you maybe want to?
OK， 3张杂货的图，然后定价，其中一个 item 一个物品必须是 on sale 特价品啊，然后把它，如果你没有办法亲自到杂货店或者是卖场去拍，那就是用网络的照片，然后把它放在那个 Word 档案里面。好，那下礼拜一之前要寄给我，我再转给老师。OK？
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, so I hope it's clear. I have one example for you so you can imagine. So here, for example, here the peppers, so they are called striped pepper. So, and I just put it here next to it, striped pepper, $1. Okay, so just this is how it could look like. Okay, but you decide what groceries that you want to take pictures of. Okay. Okay, good. Then let's see. Any more questions? No? Okay. Well then, I wish you a good evening.
Okay, so unmute your mic. Please say thank you, teacher Angela.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, teacher Angela.
Thank you. And then have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow or next week then.
Okay, have a good
Right.
day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.